Aloha and welcome to A Course in Miracles, Workbook for Students. I'm Micah. Thank you for joining me and doing this course today. We're on Lesson 55. And Lesson 55 is one of the review lessons for the first 50 lessons of A Course in Miracles. We are doing 5 a day in the review. And I like to read, to start off with, the 5 that we did yesterday. One of the things that the review does is show us how these lessons or these ideas fit together. So we started out with, I have no neutral thoughts. I see no neutral things. I am not alone in experiencing the effects of my seeing. I am not alone in experiencing the effects of my thoughts. And then number 5, we said, I am determined to see. And then in lesson 55, the first one is, I am determined to see things differently. All right, here we go. I'm determined to see things differently. What I see now are but signs of disease, disaster, and death. I mean, I think that's pretty obvious. That's the ego's world. That's the world that we see. Disease, disaster, and death. All you got to do is turn on the evening news. But this cannot be what God created for His beloved Son, which is us. The very fact that I see such things is proof that I do not understand God. Therefore, I also do not understand His Son. What I see tells me that I do not know who I am. I am determined to see the witnesses to the truth in me, rather than those which show me an illusion of myself. So this course is helping us to really come to know who we really are. We're not the ego, the separated self, the mind-made self, the false self, the character in this play or this movie or the avatar in this game that we think we're in. That's really not who we are. And we are seeing the thought system, witnesses to the thought system of the ego. But now we're going to begin to see things differently. We're going to see the witnesses, the evidence to who we really are, so that we can really understand who the Son of God is and understand the Father. And so we are determined to see the witnesses to the truth in me. We're determined to make another choice, to see differently, to let go this way of what we've always thought of and believed of as seeing. All right, so what do I see right now? What I see is a form of vengeance. The world I see is hardly the representation of loving thoughts. It is a picture of attack on everything by everything. I mean, that is so obvious. It is a reflection. It's a picture of attack on everything by everything. Vengeance. It is anything but a reflection of the love of God and the love of His Son. It is my own attack thoughts that give rise to this picture. My loving thoughts will save me from this perception of the world. and give me the peace God intended me to have. And those loving thoughts are there, and we're going to learn how to find them. Because we're going to look for them where they really are, and that's in our mind. I can escape from this world by giving up attack thoughts. That's it right there. I can escape from this world of disaster, death, and disease, and I can escape from it by giving up attack thoughts. Herein lies salvation, and nowhere else. Without attack thoughts, I could not see a world of attack. It's as simple as that. As forgiveness allows love to return to my awareness, I will see a world of peace and safety and joy. And it is this I choose to see in place of what I look on now. It's making that other choice to see a different world instead of the one we're seeing now. I do not perceive my own best interest. How could I recognize my own best interest when I do not know who I am? Good question. How can I recognize my own best interests when I do not know who I am? What I think are my best interests would merely bind me closer to the world of illusions. I am willing to follow the guide that God has given me to find out what my own best interests are, recognizing that I cannot perceive them for myself. And number 5, I do not know what anything is for. To me, the purpose of everything is to prove that my illusions about myself are real. And what are my illusions about myself? That I'm separate from God, separate from living in a world of separate people, separate bodies, separate thoughts, people going around doing separate things, that all these things that I think I've done are real and feel guilty for. Even the things like the deep things that I don't even realize, like that I have destroyed the unity of heaven, that I've created this alien will against God. All these thoughts about myself are nothing but illusions. They aren't real. But my purpose, as I see it, is to prove that this identity that I've associated with, that thinks all those crazy thoughts and mad thoughts, is real. The purpose of this world is to prove that it's all real, that it really happened, that the separation really happened. And it is for this purpose that I attempt to use everyone in my world and everything in my world. It is for this that I believe the world is for. Therefore, it says we are the ones who give everything meaning that it has for us. And that's the meaning we've given it, to prove that I'm right and God is wrong. What's God's truth? That I am not separate, that the fall, or however we want to call it, didn't really happen, that heaven never even missed a beat, that I am still the same as I was created. Therefore, I do not recognize the real purpose of the world because I've given this other meaning. The purpose I've given the world has led to a frightening picture of it. Let me open my mind to the world's real purpose by withdrawing the one I've given it and learning the truth about it. And that's exactly what this course, this mind training course in the Workbook of A Course in Miracles is leading us towards. To be able to do that very thing. To let me open my mind to the world's real purpose by withdrawing the one that I have given it and learning the truth about it. So I hope that's beginning to dawn on you and me that this is really an amazing, powerful experiment or exercise or experience that we are going through with this course. It is leading us to a place that probably we never even imagined existed, like a whole new world. You know, it talks about Paul, the Apostle Paul, talked about a new creature in Christ. Well, this is a whole new world. This is a new world, heaven on earth, the kingdom of heaven, right here inside of us. Not when we die someday, but right now we can escape from this world by giving up attack thoughts and learning what this world really is for. So I hope you're like, that this is starting to really make a little sense to you, and that you're starting to see some of the witnesses that it talks about to your real self, my real self. And so I hope it's exciting that you're going to go out there and do these lessons, these 5 lessons today, in the morning all 5 of them, in the evening all 5 of them, all throughout the day, picking one and then another, and whichever one really touches you, focusing on that one. And let it have its perfect work in you. And I will see you tomorrow. Aloha. Bless you.